Dove on the feeder, cat on the couch. Wings of wind brush the pond, rippling morning into the garden. All floats softly within itself, suspended in its own arms. This precious embrace is love's all-encompassing beauty, tasting itself through you. You have always been naked, your skin transparent. It is only an echo's dream that you are sailing towards a distant horizon. The darkness you fear slides across the sideways and consumes you. Peering into the space inside a window pane, reaching through the glass, the illusion of sides shatters into shards of reflected light, piercing your eyes and cutting off your tongue. Reason was an anchor, but the ocean has no place that is not slippery. All is wetness. Words are liquid adornment, sliding sky into sky and emptiness into emptiness. Moon is invisible as she sweeps you into her glow and fills your empty arms with an inside-out caress, a magic that pours colors back into the sea. Through your transparency, rainbows dive, plunging through their own hues. Liquid dreams rise and almost surface. But there is no surface, nor bottom, nor edge, or sandy shore. Yet we walk together on this beach, alone, together, and sing of the day and night, and hovering in between the pages of our lives, sliding through the words and numbers and images of empty space, finding nothing and everything, basking in love's inescapable wonder. Dark night, neon rain, puddles gleaming. Colors slip into colors, shimmering beauty sings. Empty streets, reflections pour through the shadowy. In the alleyways, hearts hide, waiting to forget the dawn. Never rising, never setting, this inescapable hum. And oh, we are echoes streaming, inside, outside, thundering dream. And oh, this is love's heart singing, inside, outside, edgeless sea. We are the exhale and inhale, the breath of morning, the poem of soft light, slowly sashaying down the canyon, drifting through the treetops as wind plays the song of leaves, gently swirling across the still, cool ground. Dark is memory rushing in to fill the light as silhouettes of thunder shimmer in the distance. I can feel the earth shaking, or is it my heart? The taste of dawn on my tongue, slipping through my heart, beating, exploding in silent wonder. This is the treasure, all is precious, all is golden. Even the hand, the heart, the mind that wishes to grasp it, to capture the unspeakable and trickle it into these pages so that all may drink this inescapable beauty that slides through us as us. The hush drinks itself, and love is its taste, its song, its wild and unfathomable winds streaming, the first drops of rain, or are these tears? All separate things are imaginary, ideas, description, and there is not even nothing inside the words or underneath. Ideas are ideas, and so let us twirl down the empty streets and jump in puddles of moonlight. If there is pain, you are pain. Trying to get rid of it or accept it makes the pain seem separate from you. Crying or not crying happen all by themselves. The feeling of ease and the feeling of effort both arise utterly naturally and spontaneously, just like all of life. You cannot step outside of what seems to be happening and push or pull it, or accept it or reject it, or surrender to it. It is all it, and there is no it. Life is edgeless. It neither flows nor is stable, as there is no before or after or in between. Simultaneously, life blooms and wilts. How beautiful your tears. We see ourselves in each other's tears, stars shooting through our eyes. Morning streams through us. Our feet are the dance of light and shadow across and through the flowering. This is an inside-out life. Nakedly the morning sings. The cat stretches his long gray toes and looks out the window, waiting to see a bird. My stomach is filled with bananas, and I drink my tea, listening to the refrigerator, and my fingers slide across the keyboard. Feeling deeply, what does that mean? Are there shallow feelings? Nothing is required, nothing need be done or not done. Life happens all by itself, blooming and wilting simultaneously, without ever becoming a solid thing, nor a liquidity, as there is no before or after. It is all this without a that. This is the disappearance of hell and heaven, but it feels somehow like heaven. Like a bliss suspending in an overwhelming, astonishing perfection of dark storm clouds billowing into infinitely petaled flowers, punctuated with white filigree, purpley shadows sliding down the canyon, pierced by an eerie dawn. The first cars and a rooster somewhere. This floating life is the great unknowing, an all-encompassing edgelessness I call love. Life has never fit into a template of how it should be or could be. There was never a next to hope or fear or need. Life is a sideways glance, and in between the betweens, all ignites into its own explosion, imploding softly into these words, these poems that gentle us into the dance. Where am I in this thought stream pouring onto the screen? Where are you but in this ballet of winds, a chorus, a murmuration of birds swooping and sliding in the storming, without need of confirmation that they are or are not? It is all a wonderment. All is heartbreakingly beautiful, even the heartbreak. This spiraling, ever-expanding, outwardly and inwardly simultaneously, infinity falls into and through its own arms, and we are the rush of memory, filling in the meaning of wind when there is none. There is no wind without memory, no things inside these words that magically run nakedly, splashing light and color, painting a backdrop of space and time. Nakedly, unabashedly, I love you. Poems are lost and found, as am I, reflections shimmering in an open window. This intimate, infinite embrace falls into and through its own arms. Reach to touch the wind and find yourself dissolving into wind. Songs floating in their own music, never understanding the words and not caring what falls through our mouths, as it all feels like kisses, gently, softly, tasting the softness of wind. Colors streaming through these words that paint rainbows sliding through their own colors. Buried in the top of the arc, sliding down and up simultaneously, is an achingly beautiful song of golden. A ballet of desert winds evaporating the mirage of separation, while reds and oranges pour from our mouths, bleeding into a dream of sunset, erasing the sky and this pale blue of morning creeping down the canyon, red and blue berries exploding in my mouth. Brilliantly, love streams through its own light, tumbles through words caressing it into our hearts that may have always sung this ineffable song. Wordlessly, our lips are kissed into the dream as echoes of memory float colors through echoes of wind. All and everything resonates without reason. There are no knives to cut apart this from that. There is no this or that without these letters that fall through the lines and squiggles they are made of. No hand holds the pen painted with disappearing ink. No magician pulls this passion play out of his hat. Light burns itself. Wind blows itself through the letters that spell wind. All is a spell, a magical display painted on nothing at all. Slipping through the curtains of time and space, love sings itself from the ashes of its own absence. Lightning burns the sky and darkness consumes the memory of light. As rain melts into wetness, and my tears melt my cheeks, my eyes, my reflection, is this glistening, this shimmering, this very song melting into its own echo. Trail of echoes lead and follow. A dream of memory sighs as it finds its footprints washing away in the mirage of endless seas and empty beaches, and a lonely singer waiting for an answer to her songs. She picks up empty shells and listens to her heartbeat as she watches clouds form and dissolve. And it is her hands dissolving into sky, and the bottomless, her heart dives, plummeting all light and darkness into this underwater breath. It was the song of unknowing that haunted her and answered her plea to capture the magic she sang, a song of infinite wonder, of overtones and undertones, and never any middle where they kiss. As it is all deep kisses, there are no shallow waters, all falls through itself. There is nothing to remember or forget. Her feet know how to dance, her lips to sing, her heart to love. Her eyes to play with the ballet of reflections that pour the wetness into wet and music into the song. This is the thunder echoing in your chest. This is the love you seek. This is the kiss your heart has ached for your entire life. It was the ache itself that danced you into the twirl and left you stranded in your cup of loneliness as you spilled into the sea of tears you never left. The ocean of love called you, and you found your own voice calling. And it is beautiful, your heart song. It pours from your eyes, your ears, bleeds from your chest, your heart. And it was never yours, this wind that gently pours ripples into sky, caresses your tenderness, and sings your name. Love calls and answers itself, swooning into the swoon. Our hearts break, and all is breathtakingly beautiful. The skylight in the roof of your mind opens, and you dissolve into the exhale of your world. We are the angel's song pouring into my morning tea, streaming across the keyboard while the cat waits for daylight, so we will let him outside, where he will scamper and wait silently for a mouse or bird to breathe morning into morning, light softly. And the shimmering spider webs, colors escalate into liquid and plummet through the shadowy underground of last year's roses and the deep scent of falling. Rippling light streams through light, and there is nothing other than this light. This is all-encompassing love. We are this call and answer love song, singing shine and shadow into the canyon of dreams where darkness hides and strums fingers of light into the ferns that play a gentle chorus of rippling piano and the long, deep tones, river ascending. Cattails reach into sky, sky reaches down and punctuates the sandy banks with a ballet of leaf shapes, merging and separating and coalescing into this very kiss. Sky surfs, endless sky, painting cosmic trails on the wet streets where we dance with our reflections. In the desert, I am a shadow twirling across the canyon walls, and we meet in this dance of memory, playing lightly on the roof of echoes, breaking the sound barrier between you and me and love. Lightning splits acres of rolling thunder into a dream of day chasing night and night chasing day until kissed from within the dream, they merge into an indigo sigh. Colors stream through our fingers, our eyes, through our broken hearts. We are a song of rainbows leaving the scent of daylight in our hair, echoes listening to their own sublime soundlessness. We are this poem of day and night, revolving around a spinning dream. A taste of moonlight bursts through the sun and drowns us in the shadow of what will never be and never was. Wings color in angels, and the morning breeze flying through empty windows full of transparency, leaking light into light and wind into wind. Sideless is this liquidity that pours through the billowing. Empty clouds of rain pour shadows into rivers of memory, whirlpooling under the cool. Muddy banks hold the footprints of your sliding into the wetness. The splash of newness awakens the sleeper. You know there is no sleep outside of the dreaming, no dream outside of the outside or inside the inn. Water rushes in and out of its own wetness, and you know these tears, they recognize you, and all is the sparkling, and the sparkling is all. We are a sound ballet, a collage of letters written and received, worn and ripped into pieces of sky falling softly as golden petals, as autumn leaves, as tears of wonderment that there are no things nor an absence of things, yet all seems to appear. Hovering on the edge of everything and nothing, a simple, pure tone vibrates deeply in our chests. Is it love singing? It sounds so in my voice, in your voice. Through our magical heart songs, love saturates all and everything, spilling into our hungry mouths, our empty bellies, our flying fingers. We touch in the bottomless apex of sky.